Hey everybody, let's take a look at this action figure called Zap Commander. It's from the Pixar movie Lightyear. I bought it because it was $5.50, and the main reason is I think it looks like a great figure. I bought the Buzz Lightyear figure when they first announced it and made the movie and made the figures. But then I heard the movie was terrible, and I was like, well, at least I got one of the figures before I decided not to. And then when they went on clearance, of course, I got more figures. I only paid one at full price, let me put it that way. And that was when the very first came out. And the figure was actually high quality. I really liked having a skinnier Buzz Lightyear. It was kind of different, very interesting. I thought it's supposed to be like the human version of Buzz Lightyear, but it doesn't look that human. So I don't know what they were trying to do. It was like, this was before there was the comic book and the toys and whatever. It just doesn't make sense. Why don't you just go make a live action one if you're going to do that? Nah, they didn't do that because this does not look that human. And plus, there's a talking cat. So, Zap Commander, Commando Zach, wow, whatever. It's just a lot of information. There's no other information on here. Like, there's no biography. There is a SKU number for him. And it shows you he has a laser spear. And he has what looks like, he looks like the Mia tarantula with the eyes. I mean, he's only got 4 eyes, but still, it's more than a normal humanoid, I suppose. I don't know what race he's supposed to be or what thing. That's kind of interesting. All right, let's take him out of the package, and now I just want to see what his articulation's like because he's kind of big and beefy. Now, usually my scale for humans is 1/18, so he's going to have to be a superpower because my superpower scale is about, this kind of scale. The stuff in the 90s because that's what it feels like. He's a little big for that scale too, but he could be a robot. That's what he does feel like anyway. I was going to see if he has a helmet. He appears to have a head that you can pop off. And I did get a few extra Buzz Lightyear figures just for their bodies because you could pop their heads off and swap it with somebody else. Probably not Superman. That's probably not what I'm going to do with. But I think he would go with this scale pretty well. And of course, in the same scale as the Toy Biz figures. So in my opinion, these are the same scale, and of course what came later with the Justice League, Unlimited, and so on and so forth. And of course before this was Secret Wars and Superpowers, which were the DC and the Marvel, pretty much same scale. So that's what this feels like it goes with, and that's fine. All right, so for the articulation, looking up under his helmet, so to speak, he's got a ball jointed head. And you can get some movement out of it, but his collar is going to refrain you from getting too much movement. Like it comes down, touches his collar, touches his collar. It's got Zap on his shoulder. So with a name like Zap Commander, okay, I was thinking it was Commander Zap there for a minute, which is more like our actual human name. All right, 24, so I guess he's model number 24. There's a place on the back and a peg hole right here, which makes me think you can plug this in for him to carry it. Maybe. It looks like it's actually a place for a gun, so maybe this armor is based on something else that was used for somebody else. It also has a place right there. All right, for the for the arms, which of course I was thinking the armor is keeping it from going all the way up. So you could probably go higher if the armor wasn't on there, and if you pull it off, you're going to have to unglue it. It looks like it's glued inside there. So you're not going to get much articulation going this way. Of course, you can go 360 degrees around. You're going to be able to bend an arm not even quite close to 90 degrees. Here's straight, and here's a bend. I don't think that's a full 90 degrees. It's close, but no banana. It also goes around like a bicep swivel. His hand goes around 360 degrees. I don't think there's any other articulation like up, down, left, right. I don't see any hinge joints. All right, for his waist, it's a swivel. I don't see any ball joints in here. His legs, he's got side pockets, which is doing some hindering here, but it does push him out of the way so you can get a full split. You can clearly see that this is a hinge joint and a swivel joint. So there's a hinge making it go out and a swivel going in. So can he sit down fully? Not quite, but he can sit down enough, I suppose. He doesn't have a thigh joint, so he may have a joint right here that acts as a thigh joint since there's no double joint. And it does. There's not quite a 90-degree angle there either. So I suppose when you're sitting in a somewhat sitting position, he's still got his feet parallel to the ground, or perpendicular to his stance. And of course, as you can tell from just the look of his boots, he's got no articulation in his feet. And that's fine. So I really dig some things about this actual figure. The overall bulkiness of his armor, the fact that he's not a common color, I mean, it's more like a chocolate color brown. The fact that he has 4 eyes, which I'm wondering if he's a robot, makes me wonder if he's an alien race. I'm not quite sure what's under that helmet. With all the humanoid bulkiness, it makes me think he's not a robot, because otherwise, why would you have to have all that padding? I mean, what are you protecting? He can't feel any pain if he's a robot. But, you know, Zurg, I know that playing the game Disney Infinity, we mostly fight robots whenever we're going up against Zurg. All right, so here's his weapon, which really just slides right through his hand. There's no good grip on that. Let's see if he can use the hole, but then the blade's gonna be facing him. Okay, let's see if we can put his 3 fingers in there. And his pointing finger doesn't really do anything. It's almost like they meant to give him a gun, but they forgot. Because he's got a trigger finger. He's got a place to place the gun. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there was another one made of him. This is the only one I see. And on the back, it shows the orange suit Buzz Lightyear. I guess it's the when he gets out of prison or something. The blue suit Buzz Lightyear. I don't know what that's from. And then the one that I'm more familiar with. And I guess his daughter or something. I don't know. And then him and just he works as a trash compactor collector or something with his pet cat that I think's a robot. Now, none of those guys are in the video game. The video game stopped before this movie ever got started, sadly. But yeah, it looks like they're supposed to have a gun based on his fingers. Now, in the picture, he shows him holding this with his left hand, so let's see if that's got a better grip. Nope, not at all. And it doesn't show that he's holding it like this, which does have what appears to be a trigger right there. Maybe it activates the energy part of the blade or something, since it's a laser spear. But if you stick his fingers through this part, he's choking on the thing, and he's also about to trip over the bottom of it. So that's a really bad place to have a handle, in my personal opinion. Yeah, because on here it's showing he's holding it way lower, and he can't do that. He just simply cannot do that. Now, of course, you can fix it with tape or some other kind of sources, but I mean, I'm trying to turn it all different angles to maybe catch it. It's just not going to catch. So the weapon really doesn't go with him. He can't hold it. He's got one fist and one hand that's got like a circle. Superman, can he hold it? Why am I missing? He can, but I don't know why the son of El would want to do that. Can the flamey bird cat thing, whatever, get it? Not really. He's got a wide hand. Can Superhuman Samurai get it? Nope. Can Go-Go Power Rangers get it? Not at all. Oh well, so there's nobody who can really use this. It doesn't even look like it goes to him. So I'm going to probably look for a gun for him. Or I can use his laser beams out of those extra set of eyes. Maybe the top set are lasers. He does say zap after all. And then this is going to have to go to somebody else because it just doesn't go with him. It doesn't fully compress on that little dot in his back right there, which I really think is for a gun. I think he's supposed to have a gun. Let me know in the comments, did you get a different version of this figure that had a gun? Was he originally supposed to have a gun, but then they're like, oh no, we can't give guns out to kids anymore, blah blah, guns are bad. You know, it seems like that's a big push lately for toys. He stands pretty well. So I like the figure. I mean, for $5, sure. That's the reason I bought it. I was wanting to buy it one time, and then they jacked the price up at the last second. I was like, I'm not paying $7 for this. And then when I bought something recently, I was like, well, it's back down. It was in my basket, you know, to add back to your basket. I was like, for $5, sure, or $5.50 or something, whatever. I was like, let's throw it back in there. Let's try that. And I'm glad I got it. So what do you guys think? Did you pick it up? Again, I didn't buy anything at retail price except for one Buzz Lightyear figure before I heard any of the information about the movie. So please don't get mad about that. I do not support the Buzz Lightyear movie, but I feel like at this point, it's actually hurting them more. So no problems there. All right, y'all have a fantastic day today. And makes me want to go grab the Buzz Lightyear. I got one hanging in my room. He has the glow-in-the-dark features. And I feel like he might like this weapon. What do you guys think? Well, tune in later. Maybe I'll do a short of that.